You probably already read the title for the video, and of course today's video is going to be about denim. Being that denim is a staple piece, it's important to understand that people are going to participate in wearing staple items in one way or another, no matter what your style is. I have a few different types of styles of denim that I have collected throughout the years through my different phases, but ultimately denim is so ubiquitous. You can honestly take something that you used to wear from a different style and then incorporate it into a new style because denim is so versatile. By the way, welcome back to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, simply welcome to the channel. And before we get into the throes of this, we're going to get into a brief history of denim. Now, without saying too much, denim has a long and storied past. Although denim itself did not start with Levi's as a fabric, Levi's took that fabric and transformed it into the ubiquitous cornerstone of style and functionality that we know today as denim jeans. Back in the 1800s, miners would usually wear denim because they're uniform, they're nice looking, they're dyed with indigo, so they're dark. They're not really attention grabbing, they don't look unprofessional, but they're very durable at the same time. There are a lot of things that denim can bring to a brand, and throughout the years they've improved on some of the designs, like adding extra rivets and whatnot to stop certain places from breaking or tearing on the denim. Now, outside of a few aesthetic liberties and a few reinforcements here and there, maybe a change to the shape of the overall cut of the pant, denim or jeans haven't really gone through that much of a change, but arguably their biggest change happened around maybe 1962 with the invention, or right around the invention, of the Type 3 Levi's jacket, because before then, maybe around like in the 50s, Marlon Brando and like James Dean had been popularizing workwear garments like denim as a popular way to rebel or to style yourself as a juxtaposition to the stuffy like menswear formal attire that their parents may have been wearing. So kids at the time gravitated towards that type of look, and around 1960s, Levi's had pretty much fully transitioned from a workwear company to a fashion label. Now, they still made selvage denim up until maybe like the 70s. I think even into like the 80s and 90s, they still technically made some selvage denim, but by and large, a lot of it was full of synthetics and plastics, and they went the way of pretty much all the other companies in like around the 70s, 80s era, and they pretty much went towards the fast and cheap model instead of the slow but quality model. Meaning that if they had more and more denim to sell, then that means they would make more and more money. And so now we have the atrocity of the terrible, stretchy, damn near jegging material that you see in like a JCPenney's Levi. Let's first talk about quality denim. I feel as though a lot of the explanations to what quality really means doesn't really come across to everybody. And I know I'm very like logical, like Spock-like sometimes when I explain stuff. So in lieu of that, I feel like I have a little bit more of an ethos. Or is that what it is? No, a pathos explanation. The way I've enjoyed understanding quality as of late is by replacing the word quality with something that isn't supposed to be synonymous, but I think kind of is, and that word is consideration. A lot of times when I see something that I would describe as high quality, I see that there's a lot of consideration and care taken into it. And when I say consideration, I feel as though it's pretty easy to understand when you think about it, in the sense that you're making something for a person and you're a person. So from person to person, you have to think about the things that a human being would like, a thing that a human being would maybe need, and then maybe throw some extra frills on there just for shits and giggles. For denim pants or jeans, I feel like you want something that's long lasting, stylish, and rugged. Part of the consideration when creating anything, especially denim and clothing in general, is thinking about how it'll look when it ages. The true test of quality is how it looks after it's been beat up and how it's been ran through the mud, but yet still stands on its own. Now, based on what I said so far, it kind of seems like there's like no hope of getting something good or well made today unless you go vintage, or unless you go real vintage like 50, 60 years ago, and that gets very pricey very fast. Those brands still do offer more so like the original version of what they got famous for, the original raw denim or the original selvage denim. What that pretty much means is it's not gonna unravel and fall apart and stuff like that, which that's the entire point of selvage. And I think you can still pretty much go for those classic American brands, the Lee, Levi's, and Wrangler brands. They all still make a variant of their denim, or I should say they all make the original version of their denim, which means they have selvage, probably more like a straight fit or a slim straight, or like just a straight leg denim. That's going to be the most popular, but they do make wider variants. Levi's particularly has a made in Japan and a made in crafted version of the Levi's straight cut 501, 505 denim. Not all are going to be made in Japan, but some will. Lee and Wrangler also have the made in the USA versions. Now, if you want to do Japanese, which I would say I would recommend, you get a made in USA and a made in Japan version. For Japan, there's Oni and sugarcane denim, as well as samurai, amongst others. I'll let you guys do a little bit more digging into that because it's kind of fun, honestly, as part of the journey. But those are my top recommendations for American and Japanese denim. So let's move on to my little collection. We'll talk a little bit more about denim as it fits and kind of what the utility of it is in a modern context. Please don't try to size down on raw denim. I know people always say it stretches, but it doesn't stretch that much. Please go true to size and you will be way, way happier. In the modern context, a lot of focus is on the style. And so I do feel like most people have abundance of denim, or like maybe just several different styles of denim in their closet. And so I have several different styles and colors of denim from different brands. I like to try a bunch of stuff out, and I tend not to stick to like one brand. One brand that I haven't bought any more denim from, but I've enjoyed this one pair because honestly, that's kind of the beauty of a higher quality item. You don't really need to go overkill buying more and more and more from them because the product they gave you is already so good, so sufficient. And is Ami Paris. I've had these jeans for a while. I'm actually about to wash these jeans, and I haven't washed them in 4 years. By no means did they ever, come to me raw. They were never raw denim. They were always washed. The denim was a little bit strange, like it was softer, like velvety almost. The way the hand feel was not what I was used to with denim. But yeah, these are definitely a in-between sort of fitting pair. They're definitely not skinny, but I wouldn't call them the relaxed straight leg fit or whatever like that. Another brand that I have in my closet is one I've already mentioned. Of course, you have to have a pair of Levi's. I have had so many Levi's throughout the years, and then I got back into wearing Levi's once I discovered that the vintage pairs were way better. Now these are a pair of 2000s Levi's, and they're not raw denim or selvage. But the reason I like these is because I tailored the shit out of these. These used to be like a size 40, and then I tailored it down to whatever waist size I am now, in between like a 36 and whatever. Right, so I got that done. They fit great now. And also there's something about the wash of these jeans. I can tell they used to be black, like jet black, and they kind of remind me of the same wash as my Ami jeans, but they naturally became that color over time since they've been getting washed for 20 years. Last but not least, I want to go over my Okinawa denim I've got from the brand Sugarcane. Now, I know I feature these denim on my channel a lot, but honestly, you don't really need to keep going in and buying more and more and more raw denim. I have a big appreciation for raw denim. This is probably my second, third, fourth pair of raw denim throughout my life. You honestly really don't need that many pair. And I'm trying to break it in as much as possible before I sit here and just buy a bunch of raw denim. But my Sugarcane denim, it's aging, it's looking a little bit more worn in. It's super difficult to actually wear in denim that's really built well to last. So honestly and truly, I don't really have a whole bunch of like wear and tear yet. And so I'm not gonna wash these. These are a loose fit, like straight leg denim, and these are more on the comfortable side, the more wide leg denim fit. Now that's pretty much going to do it for my denim for this video, but those were the 3 pair that I feel like I most resonate with or I wear the most. But as an honorable mention, I want to highlight my APC light wash jean. I think everyone needs a pair of light wash jeans in their rotation, and there are many different brands you can go to, but I got mine from APC, which is an example of a brand that's not Japanese or American that still does raw denim, and they do selvage raw denim as well. They do denim in general, so they do have a lot of good selections for like pants and whatnot, and they have other great stuff as well, accessories, bags, clothes, whatever. But since we're talking about denim, we're gonna highlight these were actually fucking huge when I first got them. The Jean Fairfax fit. I would honestly stay with the new standard or the petite new standard if you want to do a very slim jean, or a much more slim than the straight cut, I guess. Then they have the completely like skinny ones. A lot of people aren't on those as much anymore, so I'd say new standards are probably where I would be at right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video, guys. I'm so glad you guys tuned in. I'm actually at 500 subscribers now. I appreciate you guys a lot. Please keep tuned and keep watching. If you have an issue with anything or a place where you can like offer constructive criticism, please do not hesitate. Do not hesitate to call me out. I know there's like a mess over here. That's crazy. I know, but I've actually been making a jacket. Like I'm literally sewing it together. Or really, I'm putting the finishing touches on it. If you guys are interested to see what that jacket looks like, just follow me on IG. I'm pretty sure I'll preview it on there or something like that. But yeah, I'm doing that, so that's why there's a mess. Don't mind that too much. I apologize for that. I'm also thinking about doing something to the background, just giving you like a better visual experience. But also, I plan on moving not too long from now. I'm thinking about either purchasing a house or maybe like getting just a better apartment or something like that. So one of those two things are going to come to fruition in the next 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. It is a process. But yeah, that being said, thank you guys for watching. Again, if you're not a subscriber, hit that bell and all that stuff. You know how it goes at this point. Have a great one, and thank you for tuning in.